Hello children, today we are going to start our recurring deposit, which is the second chapter of commercial mathematics. In the first chapter we have seen the GST. Now we will see, so in my part 1 to 4 which I made earlier, we have seen there are 4 type of question, which again we will recapitulate today. So 2 to sum I did from ICSE from year 2014 to 20. So this 4 parts videos are already available in the YouTube. Now we start part 5 with new type of question coming up called MCQ, that is children your multiple choice question. So part 5, here we go. First we will try to recapitulate our concept, what we have done, and then we will see all the MCQ question of recent year ICSE papers and specimen paper. Then in the part 6 of the video we will go back to the traditional type of question. So here we go. If you see banking, under banking there is only one chapter. So previously we used to have saving bank deposit and recurring deposit, but now we have only recurring deposit. Recurring deposit, children, means every month person like us, we put certain sum of money in the bank, and that is called monthly installment. See, don't confuse this with EMI. When you take a loan, you pay equated monthly installment. That is a different thing. We pay back, and the word equated has a meaning there. But here, what money we put in the bank every month in recurring deposit. Okay, so that is called P. Next here, time, children, always remember, is N, and it is taken in months. So suppose time is given 2 years. So we will see, we will convert it to months. 2 year will be 24 months, 1 year will be 12 months. Okay, so that is a very important point. Next is R is rate of interest and I is interest. So see, at the very first formula where we go, MV stands for maturity value. Okay, MV stands for maturity value, means what money we get back from the bank. So this is the first thing, what money we get back from the bank is what we deposit. So PN we call, it's our money. Okay, my money I generally call. I'll explain this to you. P rupees for N months. So that bank will return. So when I do, you will understand why this I called my money. Okay, the bank returns my money. Like in this example, you will see Naveen, very latest question 2023, which came, I think exam was on 10th of March. Naveen deposit rupees 800 for 6 months. So what is his money? Naveen's money is P into N, means he deposits 800. So P is rupees 800, what he puts every month, monthly installment, and for time 6 months, that means N is 6. So 800 into 6, children, rupees 4800 or 4800 is his money, plus bank gives certain interest, and that is called I. So we will see with that example. We'll see 3 MCQ question back to back, and where we will see almost same thing. This is a 1 mark question, children. We have to choose. This is 1 mark multiple choice, because there are many choices. We have to see which is correct answer. So once more, PN is my money and bank gives interest. And this formula, children, you have to mug up. Interest paid by bank depends on my monthly installment into N time into time. Okay, you add 1, multiply, we will see in other examples, into R. So you can compare this interest with our simple interest, what you did in class 8. I think class 9 we have compound interest. That is also a very interesting and very practical topic like GST. So simple interest is P into R into T by 100. So very similar, you will see interest here in place of SI, there is I. P here is the principal, but here it is P is monthly installment. Then see R by 100. So this things remains same. P into R by 100. So in place of T, you will see, children, I'll use a red ink. You see in place of time, P into R into T by 100. So time we have n into n plus 1 by 2 into 12. Why 12? We will see reason is it's monthly. And n plus 1 by 2, it is AP, you will see. Okay, so reason is we have some calculation over here where we take AP. Okay, where we will see sum of n terms. So like that application is there. So remember, this is the formula P, n into n plus 1 into R by 2 into 12 into 100. If you do correct substitution for traditional question, you get 1 mark. So very similar. Why I am saying this? There are 4 parameters over here. SI, P, R, T. Same way here we have P, I, N, R. So 4 things. P, so I have made all these videos. First video on MV, 2 videos on rate. Okay, so you will see 2 videos on this, my previous 2 videos on rate, 2 videos on finding monthly installment, and 2 videos. This is the hardest, where we get quadratic equation, children. Here we get, children, quadratic equation. This is the hardest, but question comes. So I've already done, you can see, but now I've added latest question. After 2020, 21, there was no ICSE, 21 and 22, specimen paper, and your real ICSE paper. Okay, here we go. This is this year's question, 1 mark, question 1. There is 1 to 15 question carrying 1 marks, which is MCQ, 1 mark each. So here, this is one part 14, where Naveen deposit rupees 800 for 6 months. So children, the P, his monthly installment is 800 and time is 6 months. Okay, and he gets a maturity amount of 4884. So see here his money. Okay, so we use the first formula. If you see, maturity value is his money, as I told you over here. Why his money? 800 rupees for 6 months. So he's putting 4,800, the bank will give him back, plus bank gives I. So here question is, children, what is I? Interest paid by the bank. So bank gives him back, if you see, 4884, and as we see, P into N is 800 is his money per month into 6 plus I. So I is 4884 minus, if you see, this is 4800. It is his money. So when you subtract, children, 84 rupees is the interest. So see, this is 4,800 plus 84. So here 4,884. So interest paid by bank is rupees 84 when Naveen puts rupees 800 for 6 months in the bank. Okay, so the first answer is 84. So if you write answer in exam question, it is question 1, part 14. Answer is rupees 84. So this is how you will write answer for MCQ. Okay, so please pause the video and copy, then we will do 2 more MCQ question. So children, we move on to the next ICSE question, that is year 2022, where MCQ was introduced. Just to tell you in short, my previous videos you see I have solved till 2020. Then 21, because of COVID there was no ICSE, and 21 there was no ICSE. In 22 we had 2 semesters, children. Semester 1 we had this GST and all. It was somewhere in month of December. Okay, 21 for 20 ICSE 22. So there were 40 marks question. So 25 question carrying 40 marks. So here we are doing the semester 1 paper of 2022. In semester 2 we had traditional type of question where we will see what type of question. So here we go, 2022, this was 1 mark question. Question 8. Okay, there were 25 question carrying 40 marks. What is that, Mohit? Deposit rupees 1000 for your 2 years. So very important, change it children to months. So it's 24 months. So his maturity value, what a bank pays him with interest. So one thing we remember, maturity value, the very first formula is Mohit's money plus interest paid by bank. So Mohit gets, just let us substitute, 25,500 bank pays him after 2 years if Mohit deposits 1000 rupees for 24 months. So what is his money, what he puts in the bank? Rupees 1000, I am not writing rupees here, let us equate. Okay, later on we will write. So he is putting rupees 1000 for 24 months plus interest paid by bank. Together this is what is his maturity value. Maturity value means when the term is over. Maturity means when 2 years is over. The bank returns his money, PN, 1000 into 24 plus interest. So interest paid by bank, if I leave here, is 25,500 minus 24,000. So it is his money and this is his money with interest. So if we subtract children, we see that interest paid by bank is 1500. So option D is correct. So what the children should write, question 8, D. You can write only D, but it's better to write the value of the option D, rupees 1500. Similarly, so see, first question MCQ 1 mark, generally we have to find interest. So we use only this formula, not the second formula what I wrote, I is P into N, N plus 1 into R by 2 into 12 into 100. So see the third question. Man, this is a specimen. See that year, semester 1, ICSE always gives specimen paper. Okay, you can get it in the official website of ICSE. Before the exam they give, so that we know the pattern. So they are equally good, of same level, and you must see and practice for ICSE 2024, but specimen paper has not come yet, but it comes well in advance. So see, a man puts 500 for 6 months. So what is his money? He puts rupees 500 for 6 months, so he puts rupees 3000. So what is the interest paid by bank? So we know the first formula I use, or I can write it opposite children. Okay, PN, his money plus I is maturity value. His money, if you see, is 3000. See, very simple. 6 months, 500. 500, 500, 500. For 6 months, he pays 3000 plus bank gives interest, what we have to find. And bank pays him back rupees 3,300. So interest, children, is this goes to that side, 3,300 minus 3,000. So bank pays him rupees 300. Quite mentally you can do 3,300. Bank gives, his money is 3,000. So bank pays 300 as interest for depositing 500 for 6 months. So your answer is question 5, B. Be very clear over here, rupees 300. There should not be any ambiguity over here. So these are the 2 questions, 3 MCQ question I have done, but there is also one, I think in specimen paper, 2 mark question in a specimen paper, and one in 2022. This full paper was MCQ, but the very last question was carrying 4 mark. So which I'll do in my part 6 of the video. Actually it's a traditional question made into MCQ 4 mark question. Okay, so the very last question which I'll do is 2 marks from specimen 22, and in the last question of my next part I'll do that sum 4 marks, which is actually a traditional question. Okay, broken into 4 part to give you MCQ type questions. So please pause the video and copy. Then we move on to the last question of this part 5 video on recurring deposit. So here we go to question ICSE 22 specimen, question number 5 I have done. This is 17 carrying 2 marks. So your first time we see, since it is carrying 2 marks, generally all the last 3 question was maturity value was given, we had to find interest. So this was the formula, maturity value, his money we see, interest. So here says this is a 2 mark question. So here we have to find interest, but maturity value is not given, children. Rate is given. So here this is 2 marks. So first of all, before we start, convert 1 year. Okay, 1 into 12 is 12 months. So how much interest you will get? Please let us write the formula. So first time we are starting first. We saw interest with maturity value, how we do, but here with rate of interest, n into n plus 1 by r by 2 into 12 by 100. So P is 1200. He deposits for 12 months, 12 plus 1, 13. See, if this is 12, 12 plus 1 is 13 into rate of interest, children, is 5 by 2 into 12 into 100. So if you do correct substitution, also you will get 1 mark here. So this is 2 mark question and 1 mark will be for answer. So let us cancel and see what we get. So here we get 12, we have cancelled 2 0 and 2 6 are 12. So we get 6 into 13 into 5. So we can write 13 into 6 5s are 30. Okay, 13 3s are 39 and 0. Okay, so this is the answer. Once more, we just substitute 1200 into 12. The next 12 months, then 13 plus 1. So time in months 12, then put 13 into rate by 2 into 12 into 100. Denominator remains same. Correct substitution, you will roughly get 1 mark, and here 1 mark for correct answer. Okay, so the question is for correct answer. Since this is MCQ, we will write question 17. So if it would have been traditional type, it would have been 1 mark each. But since it is an MC question carrying 2 marks, so 1 correct, that year it used to carry 2 mark. But now each question carries 1 mark from 2023. Question 17, B, rupees 390. So this would have fetched you 2 mark. So with this video, children, we come to the end of our part 6 video, where I have done MCQ question. In part 6 of the video, I'll do 22 and 23, board paper and specimen paper. So we will go back to traditional type, but 2022, the very last question of semester 1 was MCQ question, but it was like traditional type 4 mark. So the part 6 video, the last question is actually MCQ, but it's a 4 mark question from semester 1 of 2022. So thank you, children, for watching this video lesson. If you need, you can see part 1 to 4 in my channel, and part 6 is coming after this, which will be latest like this video.